Hello guys, today I start a new chapter, that is surface development. Surface development. Surface development or development of surfaces. Okay, so development of surfaces, before you go through the development of surfaces, then you have to know about the solids. First of all, you have to know about some solids. What do you mean by solid? Actually, a solid is a three-dimensional figure. It has length, breadth and height. So, a solid is a three-dimensional figure and it occupies some spaces. And it has some amount of weight is there on the solid. So this thing who has these criteria, that thing is called a solid. So solid are classified actually into two categories. Number one is polyhedra and number two is solids of revolution. In polyhedra, solids are classified into two groups. Number one, that is polyhedra. Polyhedra, it is E, polyhedra and solids of revolution. Solid of revolution. In polyhedra, the tetrahedron, a cube, a octahedron, a dodecahedron, so many pyramids, all are in the group of polyhedra. Understand? And another group, that is solids of revolution. In solids of revolution, the solids are cylinder, cone and sphere. These are the solids of revolution. So, what do you mean by polyhedra? The tetrahedron is in the group of polyhedron. In tetrahedron, you can see the picture here. Here you can see a picture, that is the picture of a tetrahedron. Tetra means 4. So in tetrahedron, actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners are there. In a polyhedra means tetrahedron. Tetra means 4. I have already told you that tetrahedron means 4. It has 4. Tetrahedron means 4 heads are there. 4 corners are there. 1, you can see here clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corners are there. How many faces are there? Face means this is the black shaded portion, that is one face. This one is another face, and one face that is in the back side, and at the bottom there is another face. So in a tetrahedron, 4 corners are there and four faces. Which type of faces are there? That is a triangular face. That is a triangular face. 1, 2, 3 in the back side, number 3, and bottom is a 4. So 4 triangular faces are there in a polyhedra. And how many edges are there? Where 2 faces coincide each other, that is called edge. So here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and at the back side 6. 6 edges are there. Understand? And the top corner, that is called what? Apex. That is called apex or vertex. So top corner, this is 0. You can see here 0 or O, whatever it may be. So this one is the apex or vertex of the tetrahedron. Similarly, in a cube, how many corners are there? In a cube, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 corners are there. In a cube, how many corners are there? Just like this corner. In a cube, there are how many corners? 8 corners are there. I will show you. You can see here, this is a cube. So how many corners are there? Corner means this one, where 2 edges are coincide, that is called corner. One edge is another edge, is a corner, is another corner. So how many corners are there in a cube? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 corners are there. How many faces are there? Here you can see in a cube, the length, breadth and height are same in a cube. You already know it. So in a cube, how many sides are there? That you can see that edge side or how many edges are there? That you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 edge, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. These 3 edges are in the back side of the cube. So 12 edges are there. So it has how many edges? 8 corner, 12 edges, and how many faces are there? Actually this face, all these faces are square. This one is because the length, height and breadth all are equal. That's why the faces is a square. Square face you can see here, all are the square face. So how many faces are there? 1, 2, back side 3, 4, 5 at the bottom, and in the back side, right hand back side 6. So 6 square faces are there in a cube. You can see here this is a octahedron. So this is the shape of a octahedron. So how many corners, edges and faces are there? In a octahedron, or all faces are triangular face. In octahedron, how many corners are there or edges? Corners are there. You can see here 1 at the top corner. This one is the bottom corner, and at the middle portion 1, 2, 3, and back side there is a corner 4. So 4, 5 and 6. So 6 corners are there in a octahedron. And how many faces are there? 1, 2, this side 3, and in the front that is 4. 4 edges at the top side and the bottom side, there are also 4 faces. So 8 triangular faces there in a octahedron. Understand? Now second thing is, that is all in the class. Some example of a polyhedra is a polyhedra. So you can see here this is a prism, and here you can see this is a square prism. Square means the prism. Here you can see how many rectangular faces are there. 1 square means whose length and breadth are equal. And you can see how many faces. These are the faces 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 faces are there. 6 rectangular or square. 2 square faces. In case of a square prism, the bottom base and the top base. This was the top base, and at the bottom, that is the bottom base. Bottom base and top base is a square, and the side faces, they are either square or rectangular shape. If the length and breadth are same, then it becomes a square, and if the height is not equal to the length and breadth, that is, this face becomes a what? Rectangular face. So how many rectangular faces are there in a square prism? Why it is called a square prism? Because its bottom face and top face is a square. That's why we called it a square prism. Then this is a rectangular prism. If the bottom face and top face are rectangle, means its length and breadth are not same, that it becomes a rectangle. So if the top base and bottom base and top base is a rectangle, and whose all sides side faces are vertical, you can see here these are all longer edges, means vertical edges, rectangular faces. Understand? So this is a rectangular prism, this is a square prism, because its bottom base and top base are rectangle. That's why it is called a rectangular prism. Here you can see triangular prism. Why it is called triangular prism? You can see here all the side faces, 3 side faces are there, vertical, side vertical rectangular faces. One, that is the shaded portion, and this side one rectangular face is there, vertical rectangular face, and at the back side another rectangular face at the back side. And here the bottom base and top base, this is also a prism, its bottom base and top base is a triangle. That's why it is called a triangular prism. So according to the sides of the top base and bottom base, they are equal. Top base and bottom base. In case of square prism, rectangular prism, they are equal and they are parallel. So that's why the bottom base and top base and bottom base are equal and they are parallel. So this is called a prism. If the top base is a pentagonal shape and the bottom base is also a pentagonal shape, then this is called pentagonal prism. If it is a hexagonal shape, top base or bottom base, then it is called a hexagonal prism. So these are the classifications of prisms. So we can understand what is the tetrahedron, what is the cube, what is the octahedron, and square prism, rectangular prism, triangular prism, pentagonal prism, and hexagonal prism. Now we come to the pyramid, that is also a polyhedra. So you can see here, this is a pyramid. In a pyramid, the base side, this one is the base, A, B, C, D is the base. You can see here in the picture, A, B, C, D is the base and it is a square, means AB equals to BC equals to CD equals to DA. And you can see here that here one vertex or apex, a point is there, that is called vertex or apex. we can tell also it a apex, and the faces which are inclined, these are triangular faces you can see, and which are not vertical faces, these faces in a prism, that is a in any kind of sorry not prism, in any kind of pyramid, it is inclined faces. And in case of prism, the faces are what? That is vertical faces are there. You can see all are vertical faces. Vertical side faces are vertical. But in case of pyramid, these faces are inclined face one. At the bottom there is a square face. That's why it is called a square pyramid. Means in a pyramid one apex or vertex must be there, and the side faces all are triangular faces. How many faces? Triangular faces are there? 1, 2, 3, and at the back side 4. So 4 triangular faces are there. All are inclined to the horizontal, and all the triangle meet at a point O, that is called vertex. And at the bottom a square is there. If the bottom side is a rectangle, if the bottom face, the base side, that is a base, that is a rectangle, then it is called a rectangular. You can see here the bottom base is a rectangle and one apex is there. That's why it is called a rectangular pyramid. If the bottom side is a triangular, then it is called, say you can see ABC, the bottom base, that is a triangle. So it is called triangular prism. Similarly, if the bottom base is a pentagonal shape, then it is a pentagonal prism, a pentagonal pyramid. And again, if the bottom base is a hexagon, then it is called a hexagonal pyramid. Understand? So these are all are in the group of polyhedra. So all these things are a polyhedra. Now we come to the second part, that is solids of revolution. Understand? In solids of revolution, you can see that, you can see what are they? The cylinder. Number 1 is, that is in the solids of revolution, cylinder. Number 2, that is a cone. And number 3, that is a sphere. That is a sphere. Understand? Now, how we can get a solids of revolution? Solids of revolution are obtained by revolving a regular polygon about an edge which remains fixed. A regular polygon, if we revolving a regular polygon by keep one edge as a fixed, then suppose this is a cylinder. This is a cylinder. You can see here. This is a picture of a cylinder. This is in the back side, so it is represented by hatch line. Understand? So this is a cylinder. So this is the axis. Take the center. Means in a cylinder, the top face is a circle and the bottom face is also a circle. Understand? So this is the center of the circle. If you join this center of the circle, then we can get the axis of this cylinder. This is the axis of this cylinder. This line is the axis of the cylinder. Suppose we take a rectangle just like this. take a rectangle and then we fix this side edge, fix this one, keep it fixed and rotate this edge about this axis, rotate this. Similarly, if it rotates, this side is also rotates. So if you join this, the path of this rotation of this rectangle, that becomes a cylinder, you can see. So that's why it is called as solids of revolution. Similarly, what do you mean by a cone? Cone is just like this. Cone is just like this. At the bottom it is a circle and one apex is there. At the bottom is a circle and other surface, that is a revolving surface, circular surface. Understand? And this is the bottom circle whose center is this. Now joint apex and the center of the bottom circle, it becomes the axis of this cone. This is a cone. This is a cone. Now how we can get a cone? Suppose take this line and take a triangle, right angle triangle, just like this. This is a right angle triangle. This angle is 90 degree. Now fix this side and rotate this side. Then we can get a cone, you can see here. So that is, cone is also a solids of revolution. Similarly, sphere. Sphere means suppose the shape of the tennis ball or football, that is the shape of a sphere. So if we suppose a half circle is there, a half circle. If we rotate this half circle about this axis, about this half circle, then we can get a sphere. Understand? So this is a sphere. So this cylinder, cone and sphere are the example of solids of revolution. These are the solids and this is called solids of revolution. Then here you can see all the axes are vertical to its base. Here in the cylinder, in a cone and in a sphere, you can see here all the axis of this. Here is the axis, either this one or this one. In case of cylinder or in case of cylinder or cone, you can see axis is at the vertical with the base. If the axis of this cylinder or cone is inclined with the surface, then that, suppose a cylinder is there whose axis is inclined to this axis. If the axis is inclined with the base, then it is called a oblique cylinder. Similarly, if the axis of the cone is inclined to its base, then it is called a oblique cone. Understand? Oblique cone. So if the axis of a cylinder that is inclined with its base, so that cylinder is called a what? Oblique cylinder. If a cone, the axis of the cone is inclined with the base, then it is called a oblique cone. Understand? Similarly, another two terms is there, that is a frustum of a pyramid or cone. What do you mean by the frustum of a pyramid or a cone? Suppose this is a cone, suppose this is a pyramid. This is a pyramid. Suppose this is a pyramid. The back side of the pyramid. If we cut this pyramid horizontally, if we cut this pyramid horizontally and remove the top portion, then the rest of the portion is called frustum of a pyramid, either the square or rectangle, whatever it may be. Remove that portion, then we can see only that portion. So this is called what? We, after cutting, replace the top portion. The remaining portion, this is the cutting plane. The cutting plane. So this pyramid is called a frustum of a pyramid. Means the cutting plane is horizontal with the base. So cutting plane means we cut the pyramid horizontally. The cutting plane is horizontal to its base and remove the top portion. Then the rest of the portion, that is called a frustum of a pyramid. Similarly, if we cut a plane and remove the top portion of a cone horizontally, whose cutting plane is horizontal to its base, then it is called the frustum of a cone. And another thing is there, that is truncated solid. What do you mean by truncated solid? Means these are the frustum of a solid. Any solid is there. If we cut the solid by a plane, then the rest of the portion, the remaining portion, that is called the frustum of a solid. Similarly, just like in cone and pyramid, if the cutting plane is horizontal to the base, means we are cutting horizontal, the cutting plane is horizontal. Suppose this is a cone, we remove the top portion by cutting here. The cutting plane, this one is the cutting plane that is horizontal to its base. So the remaining portion of the cone is just like this, and we remove the top portion, then this portion is called the frustum of a cone. Or any pyramid, if we cut any pyramid, that is frustum of a pyramid. If the cutting plane is inclined, to its base, suppose if we cut suppose a cone is there, the front view is just like this, and this is the axis. If we cut, the cutting plane is inclined, cutting this portion inclined with the axis or its base, is inclined with the base cutting plane, this is the cutting plane, then the remaining portion is just like this. This is the remaining portion of the cone. This is called a truncated cone. Or any kind of, if any kind of solid that the cutting plane is inclined to its axis, this is the axis. You can see the cutting plane is inclined to its axis or bottom also. This is the bottom side. Make an angle with the bottom base or with the axis also. That is called the truncated solid, either cone or pyramid, whatever it may be, that is called truncated. So these are the terms that are used in this drawing. So first of all, you have to understand what is the shape and size of the solid. Then you can develop any kind of surfaces. Understand? Then you can develop any kind of surface. So our motto is, that is development of surfaces, or here you can see development of surfaces or surface development. What is the development of surfaces? If the surfaces of an object is opened out and laid on a flat plane is called the development of the surfaces of that object. Suppose any object is there. Suppose this is a This is a cylinder. So what is the development of this cylinder of the surface? So what are the surfaces are there? You can see a circular surface is there throughout the cylinder, and two circle is at the top surface, and the bottom surface, that is a cylinder. Understand? Suppose we cut from here and take out the surface, then we can get a surface just like this. Just like this. This is the circular portion of the cylinder, and what we do? We open it and lay it in a flat plane. So this is a flat plane. We laid this surface, this circular surface, outer surface, in a flat plane. So circular face, the development of this circular face, that is this, and another two faces there, that is one is top base and bottom base. So top base and bottom base, these two faces are circular.